overall we have, a lot going on here, but yeah, we'll definitely take what we can get.
Absolutely, especially here at the peak of hurricane season.
Oh, I know. And it is. It's September 10th, which means, of course, that we are in the statistical peak of the Atlantic hurricane season, but it's oddly quiet in the Atlantic and actually has been quite quiet over the last few weeks. And to talk more about the lull in tropical activity, we have Houston Chronicle meteorologist Justin Ballard. Welcome to the show, Justin.
Thank you for having me.
It's been nice.
It has. It has. And I think we can hold on to it for another week or so, but
Okay.
can we hold on to it much longer than that? I guess we'll be talking about that here.
Yeah, and so let's start off. Let's take a look back. Before the season actually started, forecasters were expecting an above average season. How is reality comparing to that?
Well, so far we've only seen 6 named storms. Now let's take a look at the number of tropical storms compared to hurricanes and major hurricanes that we saw from 2 forecasting agencies. Of course, the premier agency, the forecasting agency NOAA, and then Colorado State University, which issued their outlook in early April. You see NOAA's outlook on the left-hand side there, 13 to 18 tropical storms, 5 to 9 hurricanes, and of those 2 to 5 major hurricanes, Cat 3, 4, and 5. CSU's numbers pretty similar, really, in terms of NOAA's, 16, 8, and 3. That's a little bit above what kind of the normal 30-year averages, 1991 to 2020 of 14, 7, and 3. So, again, we're kind of running behind right now, but we've still got plenty of room to make up. You see the tropical storms and 1 hurricane that we've had so far this year, Aaron, but a lot of that activity has stayed well off to the east of even the southeastern United States, hardly anything in the Gulf. A very different outlook than what we had last year at this time.
Oh, for sure. I know it has seemed like a lot of these systems have actually stayed further off into the Atlantic. So actually for us, it's felt kind of quiet.
It has.
Even though it hasn't necessarily been quiet.
Correct. I mean, Aaron did kind of brush along the eastern coast of the United States and brought a lot of surf and rip current hazards. But for the most part, none of us in the U.S. have had any direct impacts from any sort of landfalling hurricanes, which we'll hope. Fingers crossed.
Yes, I was like, nobody move.
Nobody move.
Yes.
Hopefully that stays the case. But
okay, so we've made it through a few of these systems.
We absolutely have. And those systems, again, the first 6 names that we've seen, so Andrea through Fernand, you see them there on the list.
I was like, I'll move away. Here we go.
All of those storms have happened, but we're waiting on Gabrielle. And Umberto eventually, if we can get that much further. And I do think we will see them eventually crop up on the list. We have to get through this kind of lull in activity, which is taking a little bit of time. Yeah,
and I know the last system we were watching, we're like, could it be Gabrielle? But there's a lot that has been working against some of these systems.
Yeah, first of all, we've seen a lot of dry air really kind of get pulled into these systems. One of the system that you were just mentioning, Invest 91L, I believe it was, briefly, we thought it was going to form into something, and then it didn't because of this right here. So that dry air mass from the Saharan air expected to stick around through really much of next week, which is why, not surprisingly, no tropical developments expected. Yeah,
I mean, the dust has definitely made an impact, which is really nice. So it's the dust. But what else is it?
It's also wind shear, which we'll talk about that next. Wind shear across the Atlantic basin has been pretty high, especially across the western half, so the Caribbean, the Gulf, where we look to our tropical system threats. And you see the overall pattern remains not favorable. Wind shear, of course, is that change of wind direction, wind speed with height above the surface. And while wind shear is good for severe weather, it's not good for tropical weather. So tropical storms, tropical systems really can't thrive. They can't organize the way they need to organize when wind shear is present. Okay, so we are at the peak of hurricane season. Are we going to see any sort of change in our patterns that could affect us over the next few weeks? I actually spoke with Philip Klotzbach, who's at Colorado State University, researcher, meteorologist there, and he said that he does think that the switch will eventually be turned on. But we've gone, since August 29th without a named storm. If we can go to the 16th, this will be only the 2nd time and the first time since 1992 that's happened. So that's an impressive stat.
It is. Okay, we will be watching, we'll be listening up, but yes, it could still be active even though it hasn't been really super active quite yet.
He said it really nicely. Do not discount the rest of the hurricane season.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, just because we are at the peak of it doesn't mean that it is over by any means.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Justin.
Thank you.